Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we're all about diving deep into anime that hits you right in the feels. And today, oh man, today we're talking about something special. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, specifically the Mugen Train arc. And we're kicking it off with episode 1, titled Flame Hashira Kyojuro Rengoku. I mean, if you've been following Demon Slayer, you know this series is a roller coaster of action, emotion, and those stunning visuals from Ufotable that make every frame look like a painting. But this episode, it's like a love letter to one of the most charismatic characters in the show, Kyojuro Rengoku. We're going to break it down, review what makes it tick, and chat about why it's such a perfect opener to this arc. I'll keep it spoiler-free for the story beyond what happens here, but trust me, we're going into every little detail of this episode because it's packed with heart, hype, and that signature Demon Slayer intensity. Let's jump right in, shall we? First off, a quick bit of context for those who might be catching up or just jumping in. Demon Slayer follows Tanjiro Kamado and his friends as they fight demons in a Taisho-era Japan, using these incredible breathing techniques to wield swords like extensions of their souls. The Mugen Train arc picks up after some intense battles, and this episode focuses on Rengoku, the Flame Hashira, one of the elite demon slayers. He's got this fiery personality, literally and figuratively, with his bright hair, that bold Haori cloak, and a smile that could light up the darkest night. If you saw the movie, you might think this arc is just a retread, but nope, Episode 1 is all original content, giving us a fresh look at Rengoku before the main events kick off. It's like the show is saying, hey, let's spend some quality time with this guy and see what makes him who he is. And boy, does it deliver! The episode starts with a bang, or should I say a slash. We open on this eerie scene aboard the Mugen Train itself. There's a conductor going about his business, but out of nowhere, these shadowy figures lunge at him with razor-sharp claws. It's tense. The lighting is dim and foreboding, with those red eyes glowing in the dark. You can feel the horror element that Demon Slayer does so well, reminding us that demons aren't just monsters, they're nightmares that prey on the innocent. But this isn't the main demon we know from the arc. These are different, more like minions, setting the stage for the mystery. The animation here is crisp, with fluid movements that make the attacks feel visceral. Ufotable's water effects and particle work are on point, even in these quick slashes, building that sense of dread. It's a short teaser, but it hooks you immediately, making you wonder what's haunting this train. Then the opening theme rolls in, Akeboshi by Lisa if you're into the music side of things. Her voice just captures that mix of hope and intensity that defines the series. As the credits play, we shift to a brighter, more lively scene. Kyojuro Rengoku sitting in a noodle shop, chowing down on soba like it's the best thing he's ever tasted. And I mean, he's not quiet about it. After every bite, he's yelling umai, which means delicious in Japanese, with this huge grin on his face. It's such a fun, quirky moment that instantly endears you to him. He's not some brooding hero. He's enthusiastic, almost childlike in his joy for simple things like food. A fellow Demon Slayer joins him, a lower-ranked guy who's clearly in awe of Rengoku. They chat about the mission, and we learn Rengoku's here investigating the Slasher, a killer who's been terrorizing the town at night. People are scared to go out, businesses are suffering, and there's talk of suspicious incidents on a train, including an attack on a conductor. The shop owner chimes in, saying how the fear has hit his bottom line hard, laying off staff and all. It's a nice touch, showing how demon threats ripple out to everyday folks, not just slayers. Rengoku listens intently, his eyes sharp, despite the casual setting. The emotional tone here is light, but underlying serious. Rengoku's optimism contrasts with the town's anxiety, making you root for him right away. After finishing his meal, still shouting umai, Rengoku heads to the train station to dig deeper. He approaches these bento sellers, an old grandmother and her young granddaughter named Fuku. Fuku's got this spunky attitude. She's helping out because her mom's pregnant and business is slow due to the night fears. They're both wearing these cute round glasses, adding a touch of period charm to the Taisho setting. Rengoku straight up asks if there's been a demon incident, which freaks Fuku out a bit. She throws a bean bun at him and denies demons exist, calling him weird. But her grandma calms things down, and Fuku apologizes. Rengoku, being the gentleman he is, brushes it off with a laugh and buys all the bento boxes they've got. He says he'll give some to his juniors and keep the rest, assuring them he'll handle the slasher. It's heartfelt. He tells them no one should hurt kind people like them who work hard in the dark. The interaction is warm, showing Rengoku's compassion. Fuku's skepticism adds a relatable layer. Not everyone believes in demons, which makes the world feel lived in. Emotionally, it's uplifting, with Rengoku's positivity shining through, but you sense the danger lurking. Now, armed with info from the shop owner about where the Mugein Train is stored for maintenance after all the incidents, Rengoku boards a regular train heading that way. He's carrying this huge stack of bento boxes, looking determined. When the conductor tells him they're going to the garage, but the Mugein Train was moved, Rengoku just leaps off the moving train like it's no big deal, showcasing his insane agility. The animation here is spectacular. Flames trail behind him as he jumps, emphasizing his flame-breathing style. He lands at the maintenance facility and poses as a delivery guy from the railway admins, handing out bento to the workers. They're grateful, munching away while chatting about the train's haunted reputation. It's been retired temporarily, but it'll be back in service soon. Rengoku is alarmed, sensing something off. The workers describe how the train's got a bad vibe, with disappearances and all. This builds the mystery. Why is this train so cursed? Rengoku's face hardens. You can see his resolve kicking in. Suddenly, a scream echoes from inside the facility. Rengoku rushes in and finds the slasher demon holding a young worker hostage, claws dug in. The demon's design is creepy. Long limbs, sharp nails, a sadistic grin. He mocks the bento, stepping on one and calling human food trash. He boasts about being the fastest, admitting he killed a woman the night before and enjoys tormenting survivors. Rengoku stays calm, revealing they saved the woman and she'll recover fully, even her spirit. The demon smirks, threatening the bento sellers next to pressure Rengoku. It's intense. The emotional stakes rise as the demon digs claws deeper into the hostage. But Rengoku strikes fast, slicing off the demon's arms with precision. The hostage is freed, but the demon bolts, using his blood demon art for super speed, blitzing through the tracks. Rengoku quickly applies first aid to the injured worker, bandaging him up with care, and calls for reinforcements via his crow. His voice actor, Satoshi Hino, nails the mix of urgency and kindness here. Rengoku isn't just a fighter, he's a protector. The chase is on. Rengoku uses total concentration breathing to sprint at blinding speed, flames swirling around him in the animation, making it look epic. Meanwhile, the demon tracks the bento scent back to the station, confronting Fuku and her grandma. He blames the demon hunter for drawing him there, his voice dripping with malice. Fuku tries to run to the tracks for help, but the demon catches her, choking her and lifting her up. The grandma pleads. The tension is palpable. You feel the fear in their voices. Just as it seems dire, Rengoku arrives, slashing the demon's ankle to drop Fuku. The demon retreats to target the grandma, but Rengoku blocks him again. The demon wagers he can kill her before Rengoku strikes, but Rengoku refuses to even entertain it. With a fierce declaration, he unleashes flame-breathing first form, unknowing fire, a blazing slash that severs the demon's head in a flash of fire. The effects are stunning. The flames roar, the sword glows, and the demon disintegrates with a howl. It's satisfying, that moment of triumph, and the music swells to match the heroism. In the aftermath, the grandma collapses in relief, and Fuku hugs her. She recognizes Rengoku's moves, the fire, the swing, the way he sheathes his sword. Tearfully, she says it's the second time she's been saved. 20 years ago, a similar demon slayer rescued her from a demon. Rengoku smiles warmly and says it was probably his father, and it's an honor to help just like him. This reveal adds depth. Rengoku is following a family legacy, which makes him even more admirable. He laughs with Fuku, saying not knowing about demons is the best way to live, a peaceful life. But he's not done. He suspects the slasher was a distraction. A stronger demon must be behind the 40 disappearances on the train. He notes traces of another presence and decides to board the Mugein Train when it resumes service the next night. The episode winds down at sunset the next day. Rengokou's at the station, ready to board. Fuku and her grandma show up with gratitude, offering him a free beef pot bento. He accepts, but insists on buying all the rest too, supporting their business. They wave him off as the train departs, Fuku yelling thanks. It's a sweet, emotional close, emphasizing community and kindness. We get a quick tease of Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Nezuko boarding too, setting up the arc without diving in. Whew, what an episode, right? Clocking in at about 24 minutes, it feels longer because it's so rich. As a review, I'd give it a solid 9.5 out of 10. The animation is top tier. Ufotable's use of CGI for the train and flames blends seamlessly with 2D, creating immersive action. The fight with the slasher is short but impactful, highlighting Rengokou's speed and power without dragging. Voice acting shines. Hino's Rengoku is bombastic yet sincere, making every umai memorable. The score by Go Shina and Yuki Kajiura add epic swells during battles and tender notes in interactions. What makes it engaging is how it humanizes Rengoku. He's not just a Hashira, he's joyful, compassionate, and driven by legacy. The emotional beats, like saving the bento sellers, tug at your heart, showing the cost of fear on ordinary people. It's conversational in tone, like Rengokou's chatting with everyone he meets. Conversationally, this episode reminds me why I love Demon Slayer. It balances high-stakes action with quiet moments of humanity. If you're watching for the first time, it pulls you in emotionally, making you care about Rengoku deeply. Information-wise, this arc adapts the Mugein Train movie but adds new scenes like this to flesh out characters. It's directed by Haruo Sotozaki, with character designs by Akira Matsushima, keeping that vibrant style. The themes of protection and following footsteps resonate, especially with the father reference. It's subtle but powerful. Overall, this episode sets an emotional, hype tone for the arc. It's engaging because it feels personal, like Rengoku's inviting you along for the ride. If you haven't seen it, pause this and watch, then come back and tell me in the comments what you thought of those umai shouts. Did they make you hungry? For me, they did. Thanks for hanging out, guys.